Welcome to the Phoenix News Report. I'm Andrea Bridges-Smith.
And I'm Mike Dynamo. Here are tonight's top news stories.
Trump said in an interview that he would only abuse his power on day one of the presidency.
You are promising America tonight you would never abuse power as retribution against anybody.
Except for day one.
I am so proud of him.
What? Why?
Because this shows tremendous personal growth.
It does?
Yes, think about it. Donald Trump is an infamous liar. He lies about everything. But now he's starting to tell the truth. Not the whole truth, because he would absolutely abuse his power for 4 years straight, not just for one day, but it's a start. Don, way to put in the work. I bet your therapist is very proud.
I bet your therapist is horrified. Republicans had another debate last night for some reason, and Chris Christie made some excellent points.
You're afraid to offend Donald Trump. Then what are you going to do when you sit across from President Xi, you sit across from the Ayatollah, you sit across from Putin? You have to be willing to offend with the truth.
Honestly, President Xi is probably a lot easier to talk to than Trump. At least he won't throw ketchup at you.
The biggest loser of the debate was Vivek Ramaswamy, who went full-on conspiracy theorist.
Why am I the only person on the stage, at least, who can say that January 6th now does look like it was an inside job?
So let me see if I can follow the Republican logic on this. January 6th wasn't an insurrection or a riot. It was a bunch of peaceful tourists who are innocent, but that tour, I guess, was an inside job by the government, but Mike Johnson wants to blur their faces so that the government doesn't arrest itself. Do I have all that right?
That logic is more twisted than the box of old cables every dad has in his garage. The super PAC for Ronda Santos, a human-like governor from Florida's uncanny valley, has seen several high-level staff shakeups lately. Seriously. It's like the CEOs and board members are playing career Uno with a deck of just reverse, skip, and wild cards. This man can't run a campaign or make a normal human facial expression. How's he supposed to run a country? Kevin McCarthy is done with y'all's bullshit. He's announced that he'll be leaving the House by the end of the year. Sources say the decision came from a desire to not spend any more time near Matt Gaetz's 8-inch tall forehead.
George Santos may be down and out, but on Cameo, he's in.
And don't get bogged down by all the haters out there. Stay strong. Merry Christmas.
That's right, the former congressman is turning to Cameo to keep himself busy, and if he follows the lead of his fellow Cameoer, Rudy Giuliani, he can soon look forward to a stint on The Masked Singer, astronomical legal fees, and Donald Trump refusing to take his phone calls. Bright future ahead.
My Republican crush, Marjorie Taylor Greene, is accusing a fellow representative of assault after he grabbed her shoulders and shook her on the House floor. The representative responded that he was just trying to shake a loose screw back into place.
New Hampshire Republicans have introduced a 15-day abortion ban. Not to be outdone, Alabama Republicans introduced a bill that would require the abortion to be done as soon as a man starts making his O-face.
Virginal British rich guy, Richard Branson, has announced that he will stop investing in his space tourism company, Virgin Galactic, because they no longer need it. The news caused their stock to plummet. But in his defense, when it comes to space travel, the difference between staying afloat and being in perpetual freefall can be subtle.
Kelsey Grammar's BBC interview got cut short when he started talking about how he supports Donald Trump. Because of course it did. What is he, like 80? Old people love Donald Trump. In fact, if you find yourself having a conversation with someone as old and senile as Kelsey Grammar, don't bring up anything remotely political. Talk about fishing or men's tennis. And for the love of God, don't bring up anything about women. Let them think we're still hanging out in the kitchen and not hosting our own internet comedy shows.
In another win for Skynet, Kiss has said farewell to live touring and become digital avatars. Great news. Now your great-great-grandchildren will be able to pay the same insane Ticketmaster fees to see the same bands that you used to see.
A man was arrested for robbery based on his colorful underwear. All the cops needed to find him was an anonymous tip by someone with a deep and powerful understanding of robbery underwear. An anonymous tipster who truly knows what everyone wears at a robbery from an entire year ago. Nothing weird about that.
A deer was caught on camera breaking into a New Jersey elementary school. Wait, take it right back there to 5 seconds again. Did you guys see that? I think the door opened. The deer opened the door. Look, that deer just opened a door and those guards just let it get away. It's going to go out there and tell all the other deer how it did it. Before long, the other deer are going to be able to do it too. What if it gets all the way to Santa's reindeer and up at the North Pole? What if they break into Santa's house and the elves can't stop them? All I'm saying is make sure you get deer repellent in your house before it's too late. Before it's too late!
That wraps up this week's episode. Don't forget to do your Christmas shopping at our merch store. Links in the description below.
Oh, it's me. Hi, I'm Mike Dynamo.
This is going great.
Should I refer to her as my Republican crush?
If you'd like.
I don't want to. But it's true. First off, if I was going to... I'm sorry. But seriously, though, I don't want to like her. I just do. I can't help it. It's just all that CrossFit. It's too much. It's strange.